Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. Today, the wind is blowing a little bit, but it's such a beautiful day, I thought I would put the DJI Action 5 and the mic, the DJI Mic 2, on the bicycle, and we'll go take a ride because it's so beautiful. And we'll go see Will C. Wood School. They're building it up. I still got to get the drone up. But it's a little windy today and I need to get on that bike. So let's go to Will C. Wood School and see what we can see, the progress from the ground. I'll take a selfie stick and we'll point it over the gate. All right, let's get our helmet on, safety first, put the bicycle in time-lapse mode and go for a little ride. Hopefully this jacket, I might take this jacket off because you're gonna hear all that. I don't know. Who really cares? All right. Do I need this jacket? Yeah, I kind of do. All right, let's go time-lapse mode to Will C. School and see what's happening. All right. Let's get on that bicycle, get outside. Okay, it is apparent that we're on the bicycle and the wind is blowing real hard, and I got this microphone in the inside of my shirt. So I'm just curious what this sounds like. So I got a lot of wind, and the microphone's on the inside of my shirt. So there is no wind muff, or what we call a dead cat. So I think I'll start this time lapse right here. We'll get to this art building and we'll start this time lapse. Let me crank this bike up a little bit. We'll get there real fast with this bicycle. I'm gonna stop right here, turn all my lights on, and do a little time lapse right here at this beautiful art installation. Ready? Time lapse, start. Okay, it is apparent that we made it to the Alameda Bird Sanctuary. And like I said, I have the microphone on the inside of my shirt, so this will be a curious little test. Everything's a test. I don't have the windsock or the dead sock on there, so let's put on this glove and we will just take a ride right down the shoreline to Will C. Wood School. Now I tell you what, you know, this bicycle, electric bicycle, has really, well, when the weather's right, I will say, it's really gotten me out of the house. And boy, is it nice not to have to pedal. I mean, of course you could pedal if you want to, but just hitting that button like that and not pedaling, boy, that sure is nice. Now, like I said, what is this going to sound like with all this wind? I don't know. So maybe we'll do a little ASMR just for about a minute. We'll time this out. We'll go to the Will C. Wood School, and I won't do too much talking. I want to hear the ambient sound through my shirt. You better stay in your lane. If you're going this fast, you could really end up in an accident. Especially, you better cross too. All right, they gotta wait their turn, I guess. All right, here we go. So how does all this wind sound through this shirt? I don't know. I'll be curious when I get home. Could be a failed test or could be a great test, but even with all this wind, this would be a miserable bike ride, but not with an electric bike. And I'm going into the wind. And I'm cruising about 24 miles per hour, 23, and I'm barely pedaling. Always got to be careful at these intersections though. Okay, one more block to Will C. Wood School. Let's see how fast we can catch up to that bicyclist in front of us. Yeah, he's got the old pedal power and he's just going against that wind. We're gonna blow right past him and we're gonna feel good about it. But before we do, we'll slow down. We don't want to be obnoxious. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Give them the little bell. There you go. Electric, baby. Electric. That's how you roll right there. All right, we're at Will C. School. Almost. Will C. Wood is on Grand Street. And this could be one more. We're at Kitty Hawk. So we got one more, and we still haven't caught that guy on the bike. Oh yeah, we did catch him. We're at the next guy. All right, we're gonna pass this guy. Here we go. Use your bell. Use your bell. All right, another one bites the dust. All right, how's this microphone sound? All this wind. This is a lot of wind with no muff. All right. Next stop, Will C. Wood. Now I found out that Will C. Wood, oh, I forgot my selfie stick, darn it. Will C. Wood was the inventor of high school sports, believe it or not. So, Will C. Wood. Right down here, it looks like they're doing some road work for the new Will C. Wood School. Look at me in the middle of the road. Oh, there she is. Will C. Wood. I think I will get rid of the chest mount. Oh, I see it back there. All right. Let's take the chest mount off and use that as a gimbal. Here we go. 3, 2. Oh, look at Will C. Wood. We got to get the drone over here. I could probably drone. It's not that windy. But I didn't bring it today. All right. Cut. Well, there you go. I got you on the old chest mount. I'm holding the chest mount in my hand. So I'm gonna cruise you. I'm gonna cut this video off right here and look at that new fire hydrant. But before we go cruise around on the bike, I definitely want to make sure all the video settings are right. Everything's got to be just right in the video settings, but as I camera you, they're cameraing me. Video. Actually, their camera's facing the job site. They're watching the workers. Camera's always watching. Big brother. I wonder if it could spin around. I don't know. Well, that house is for sale right across the street here from Will C. Wood School. So like I said, I'm holding you on the chest mount. So we're gonna go, I'm just gonna hold this camera up real high like this. And hopefully I won't lose my gloves. Let me zip up my handle. But let's go on the other side over here and take a gander. I'm gonna try not to crash. All right, here we go. Here's one person in the road. So we gotta be careful here. Be careful, be careful. All right, here we go. Camera's just right. And I would go up right there, but it's a little hazardous. So like I said, I do have the camera in my hand and there is a ball game going on. So you gotta be careful because there's a lot of kids. But here's that backflow preventer. I never did like the location of that. They moved the driveway a little bit. So here we go. Here's the best thing about this bike. Look at big heavy dirt. Look at that. Oh, those fat tires go right through it. All right, there's Will C. Wood. You see it. Like I said, they do have a ball game going on, but that's not why we're here. We are here for this. Let's get this camera up high. Yep, Will C. Wood. You see it. Let's go up high. Oh yeah, it's up high, isn't it? Yep, you can see over the fence. Let's see if we can go over here before we can go over here. But yeah, they're playing ball. Yeah, we can go over here. Let's drive right through this gate. You got to be careful. This is where I flew my drone last time. Oh, this will be a good place to stop right here for a second. Stop without crashing. I'm going to dismount this bicycle. Kickstand. Look at that beauty. The Aventon flamethrower. That's not why we're here. Oh, the bike light is on. Nice. All right, here's why we're here. All that work for this cut. Well, it is apparent that I made it all the way to Will C. Wood School. And like I was saying, Will C. Wood is the inventor of high school sports. So next time you go to a high school football game or gym or any kind of high school activity, think Will C. Wood School. And I noticed there's more than one Will C. Wood School. This is not the only Will C. Wood. So when I have Will C. Wood on my title, there's a lot of people. So you can see there is no fire sprinklers yet, but there is a big crane from Biggie Crane. That's one of the top crane companies in all of the Bay Area. They provide, whoa, I just hit that fence with my camera. All right, back to the action. Biggie Crane, they provide the biggest cranes in all of San Francisco, and they even have their own street named Big. I don't know if it's Big E or Big Crane, but they even have the cranes that go on the outside of the building. So big or small, Big E is your crane company. Now there's a lot of crane companies to choose from, so I don't know if they're the best, but they're definitely around the most. I see them all over. So Big E Crane right here at Will C. Wood School in Alameda. Now this is Alameda, so I'm gonna actually leave that bike right there. Believe it or not, I'm gonna leave that bike. I could probably turn it off, but let's just see. You see, we live in a low trust society. That's right, where society just does not trust anybody anymore. But I did want you to see the back side of this. I'll do another gander right there. So I can always run them down if they don't know how to drive that thing, because it is dangerous. That bike is dangerous. More cameras looking right at you. Look at that. Will C. Wood is camera ready. So even the Canadian geese, oh, there's an electric bike right out there. He's playing with his friends. But there you go. The American flag flying high, the kids playing, and the Biggie crane right there. So on this day, this would be May 18th, 2025, the year of our Lord. This is what Will C. Wood's school sounds like. Sounds like, looks like. This is what this microphone in my shirt sounds like and looks like. I got it tucked inside here. So, all right. I'll take the chest protector back on here in a minute. But I'm using this chest protector as a selfie stick. So there you go. Will C. Wood School, May 18th, 2000, the year of our Lord. And yeah, the wind is blowing a little too much for the drone. I mean, the drone can handle that much wind, but that drone is already scary enough when the weather is just perfect, much less when you're flying in the wind. But I can't say enough about that DJI Air 3S, except it's hard to say. All right, well, there you go. DJI Air 3S will be back to film this, preferably on a weekday when the crane is up, because that's when it's always good to see activity on those forklifts, man lifts and forklifts. We call those a grade-all, not forklifts, grade-all, because they can work in any type of grade. All right, there you go. And I told you, this is a high trust area, Alameda. You gotta love it. And there's more cameras watching me, watching you. That's the portable security guards nowadays. That's how they keep the job costs down. One security guard somewhere, I don't know. So how did you like the microphone underneath the shirt on my bike going down the windy beach? Or do you like the time lapse better with a little voiceover and music? I don't know. I'm still trying to learn this, but I got 1,700 subscribers, believe it or not, a little more. But boy, I can't thank you enough for coming along with me on these Will C. Wood bike ride adventures. I would be worried about conserving battery on that light, but it's all no batteries anymore. Believe it or not. I'm ready for a drink of that water right there. All right, well, let's get on the bike again. I guess I could go over here and watch a little baseball with you. This is what my camera would look like if it was on my chest. See, I have this chest mount and I really like it. But I don't know if, maybe on the way back I'll put you on my handlebars. I don't know. We'll see. But I like the chest because maybe you could see my hands a little. All right, let's see. Hey, batter, batter, batter. Should I yell at him? Look at all these parents. This is what the parents do on the weekends. They come out here and fly their flags. All right, let's get back on that bicycle. Let's get back on it. There you go, Will C. Wood. Can I get in there? Nope, I can't get in there. This is the closest to the wood I'm going to be able to get. That's the closest to Will C. Wood building as I'm going to get. All right. Oh, there's a bobcat here. You see the bobcat? Can you see it? It's right in front of you. It's hiding right there by that shed. There's a bobcat right there. Look real close. See the black and white bobcat? I think it's a T180. Yep, bobcat. All right, let's get back on the bicycle. Will C. Wood, the inventor of the high school sports. Look what I see. A new fire sprinkler post indicator valve. Fire sprinkler PIV. And look right next to it, of course, the fire department connection. The fire department FDC. The fire sprinkler PIV. And a fire hydrant. Oh boy. They're going to have fire sprinklers there. I always like to see that. All right. Well, enough out of me, I do believe. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Will C. Wood school adventures right here on this very day, year of our Lord. God bless me. God bless you. As always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Will C. Wood school adventures. Didn't I say that already? Yes, I did. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. Right where I belong, in the back with the trash cans. Those aren't trash cans. Those are dumpsters. Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. We just finished a video of Will C. Wood School. There she is. Or he, however they want to identify these days. So let's get on the bicycle and go again. Are you ready? Yeah, here we go. Let's turn it on. It's got a sleep mode where it turned off on me. Let's see if it came on. Let's go, let's go. There it goes. Let's follow them. All right, microphone's on. Camera's on. Action. Okay, here we go, here we go. So, when I was a kid, no one ever went and saw me play. But that's okay. It looks like they have their own flags from different sports teams. I don't know. All right, here you go. That's what it looks like at Alameda. All these parents come and sit in the sun and watch their kids run around. Isn't that neat? All right, let's go. Keep going. See if I can get through over here. I don't know. Okay, here we go, here we go. Let's get back home. Look at all these cars for all these kids. Oh, classic car alert, classic car alert. Yep, Adam Nawu would say that. All right, wind's really blowing. I wonder how this microphone's working. I don't know. Testing, testing. I guess I should get out there on the bike path. That's what they're for. Let's go. Bike path, activate. There's Will C. Wood. We just left her. There she is, Will C. Wood. Do you see any wood? Wrong way, driver. All right. Goodbye, Will C. Wood. You're growing quick. So is the street. All right. Here comes a car. I got to quit messing around. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, look at that stop sign all lit up. Wow. You better not go straight or you'll end up right in the San Francisco Bay. I wonder if this bike will go in that sand. I don't know. I don't want to even try. Why would I put sand in my gears? And I have this beautiful bike path. Are you ready? All right, let's see how fast. The wind's at our back. We're gonna see if we can get this baby past the speed limit. Speed limit's 25. We're going 27, 28, 28. And there's a oncoming 30 miles per hour. And there's someone on my side of the road, 31. Slow down, 31 miles per hour. And here comes a jump. Whoa, Evel Knievel. Whoa, I could have really caught air if I wanted to. I didn't want to show off though. That's not like me to show off. I don't do that much. But I'll tell you what, let's see if we could pass this ordinary bicycler. See how he's stopping in. When he stops pedaling, his momentum stops, but not this one. This bike's almost dangerously fast. See how fast I come up on these people? You almost scare them because they're just not ready for that. You gotta give them the old bell. You're okay. All right, there you go. We ran into a little traffic. That's what happens. Okay, now we're on the move. We're at a cool little 28 in the wind. All right, let's do a little microphone check, make sure it didn't fall off. Oh, Corey, there's always one that cuts right in front of oncoming traffic. Oh my goodness. Always one, always one. Idiots. Just messed up all my momentum. Do you believe that? I should have just crashed right into them. Whose fault would that be? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, it's dangerously fast. These people don't even see me coming on so fast. Now, was I supposed to stop there? I don't know. I guess you're supposed to obey all traffic laws, you know, so be careful of people coming out of their cars. That's right, that's right. That door will really mess you up. Oh, he's on. Whoa, that's almost something to get a video of. Hold on. Stop, stop, stop. I got to see this guy. Let's turn around here. You see that? They're like, and then you got this guy. That's what I stopped to see. What are those guys walking on? This almost his own video. Cut. Well, it is apparent that I am on a bike ride and I've come across these two alien species walking in this predative form. Now, I don't know what this is about. Is this more physical? What is this? Why are they? I don't see any benefit of that. Is it easier? I don't know. I'll try to turn my bike off so I can get no noise. And you can hear the actual noise of it. Looks like they made them or something. I don't know. I've never seen anything like it. Have you? All right. Enough of this nonsense. Here we go. Let's kick this baby back into gear. I'm going to go off-road here. And hopefully these people aren't going where I'm going. They're going to take them off. All right, let's keep going. Now, do I want to go down this? Let's just keep doing this video. Go off-road. Here we go. I don't see anybody, so how would you like to go a little off-road in Alameda? Fat tire bike. Here we go. Maybe we'll do a little ASMR. You ready? No talking. Thank you. All right, we made it. All right, we'll chase him down. You can't beat me. Pedal all you want, boys. All right, let's kink this thing up. I was in slow gear. I'm cranking it up to high gear. Here we go. How do you like this guy's front yard? That's his front yard. Very nice, very nice. Here we go. Oh, nice shot. Okay, here we go. They actually started building this house. Well, they just did the foundation, but I don't see anything happening here. All right, I think I'm from Tawada Park. I'll just do a little time lapse on the handlebars. How about that? All right, let's cut right here. I said cut, cut. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these bicycle riding adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love.